There are hundreds of plugins on the Bower Marketplace. You can find plugins for almost any use case, from advanced functionality to API integrations, and most of these are real time savers. But with a lot of variety comes a big challenge on which of these plugins are a must for your Bubble project. The reality is that there is no silver bullet on which plugins you must use every single time. Different use cases require different implementation of plugins or custom development. But I can tell you, after developing over 100 projects, both for clients and for the templates that I distribute on the Bubble Marketplace, I can tell you that there are about 10 plugins that I keep coming back over and over. And these are the best plugins that I consider to be the best on the Bubble Marketplace, not because they have the most installs or any other reason other than these are the plugins that are real time savers for every single project that I develop. And we have developed plugins ourselves, like the complete MailerLite plugin, which I created for that includes every single endpoint on the MailerLite API. And I can tell you that can save you more than 10 hours, or you can spend them creating the API calls manually. But we're not going to talk about my plugins that I have developed. I want to talk to you about the plugins that are in the marketplace that are great, and they can be time saver in most situations. Now, before we go into what these plugins are, I would like to make a distinction. There are free plugins. They are also known as open source on the Bubble Marketplace. And there are also paid plugins, which are also known as premium. If you go for premium plugins, you can expect to either pay a monthly fee to use the plugin or a one-time fee, or sometimes they have a combination of both where you can pay one or the other. That's a standard across the Bubble Marketplace, at least for the plugin side. But knowing this, I would like to introduce you to a list of plugins that I use on almost every single project, the plugins that I consider to be some of the best in the Bubble Marketplace. And I can tell you, I know for a fact that number 10 on this list will be on every developer list and make a list of the best Bubble plugins, because it's so powerful that there is nothing else on the Bubble Marketplace that comes even close to that. The first plugin on my list is the Toolbox plugin. It's a really amazing plugin that allows you to add JavaScript to your Bubble application. It allows you to run JavaScript on the background, so you can add those touches that no code misses. And this is a free plugin. It's been free since its implementation, and I just cannot believe that it's free because it's so powerful. It got so many installs. It's really popular. Most Bubble developers that inject code into their application, that will use Toolbox because of how powerful it is. There is a reason why it's number one on my list, is because power that it brings to the table is not comparable to any other plugin in the Bubble Marketplace. The second plugin on my list is the Progress Bar plugin, which adds a nice touch to your user interface. I especially use it for when it comes to doing stuff like onboarding. So I can display, okay, so you are like 10% out of the way on your onboarding, 50%, whatever the case is. Again, it adds a nice touch to let your user know where they stand or where the process stands. Again, this is a completely free plugin that is developed by Bubble themselves. And I can tell you that I use it in most dashboard that I develop using Bubble. Third plugin that I want to mention is the Air Copy to Clipboard. And this is a really simple and easy to use. All it does is it takes a click. When your user click on a piece of text, it adds that piece of text to the clipboard, and then they can go and paste it somewhere else. It happens automatically. It's really nice touch that you can add to your Bubble application to make it easier on your users. Again, this is a free plugin, so there's no harm, no foul, no added cost adding this functionality, but it improves the user experience a lot. And I can tell you from my standpoint, from my experience, that this is a great plugin that you must consider adding to any Bubble application that you're developing. And the next plugin on my list is actually a combination of two plugins. It's the 1T CSV Creator and the 1T CSV Uploader. Both of these are really powerful plugins that offer functionality that is only otherwise available on the paid plans for Bubble. You will have to pay $32 to get this functionality, but it's nice to have when you're building. So what they do is, the CSV creator allows you to upload data to your database using a CSV file from the front end. And the that's the CSV uploader. The CSV creator allows you to download the data from your database into a CSV file that you can then export and use in a different software or store it for later use. Like I said, this is functionality that is only available on paid plans for Bubble, and you can do it from the front end. And the reason why I find this a great plugin is because, think about it, like when you need this the most, potentially is when you're building, if you're building a business directory, you want to upload data before you are ready to publish, not after you have published your application. Perhaps you do it after, but the moment where I foresee being you having the most need is before you publishing your application, where you want to upload all the data so you can launch with some data in your application. So this makes it super easy, and rather than having to go and pay for pay plans so you can upload the data using a CSV or do it manually and spending hours and hours doing it, you can do it for free and you can upload it and move forward with your build. Number 5 on my list is the multi-file uploader. And this is really nice plugin because it allows me to enable users to upload multiple files at once into my Power application. Really useful, especially when uploading pictures and stuff like that. It makes it really nice for the user experience and for the user interface. And it's a free plugin, so why not? Number 6 on my list is the Google Material Icons plugin. And this is just a matter of personal preference. I really like the Google Material Icons plugin for icons throughout my application. There are some people that like hero icons. There's people that like different icons. I personally like Google Material Icons. It's free and it gets thousands of icons available at your fingertip. You can find icons for almost any purpose. But like I said, it's just a matter of personal preference. And some people like different plugins for this, or they like uploading images for whatever reason. I like using the Google Material Icon plugin for this. Number 7 on my list is Classify. And Classify, all it does is it allows you to add CSS classes to your application so you can improve the design and add a little bit of code to make those animations and those nice designs that we can see in really premium sites. It makes the site feel more of a customized website rather than one built in no code. As long as you know what you're doing, of course. But it's a nice plugin that should not be free, just like on the Toolbox plugin and the number 10 on this list. But it's free, and we should take advantage of it as much as we can because it's an amazing plugin. Number 8 on my list is the Toast notifications made by Minimum Studio. It's a nice plugin that allows me to add a notifications banner to my customers when they complete an action. As an example, that's a nice banner that appears at the top or at the bottom of most websites when you click save. And it reads something along the lines of your data has been saved or something like that. Has a really nice touch on your user experience, and it's free. And I would say, in my opinion, it's the best Toast notifications plugins on the Bubble Marketplace as of today. So this is one you must consider as well. Number 9 on my list is the Chart.js plugin. This is a paid plugin. It's a premium plugin. It costs $170 one time or $10 per month. But it adds a really nice touch with the charts to your dashboards, and it allows you to display data in many ways that otherwise would be nearly impossible to do without such of a plugin. Because every penny that you invest in it, and it has a learning curve to try to figure out how to make it work. But once you figure out how to make it work, it's definitely worth your time and your effort and your money to provide a nicer user interface and user experience to your users that are using your application that is built on Bubble. All right, we made it to number 10. And as promised, number 10 is the plugin that will be on every developer's list because it's the most powerful plugin available on the Bubble Marketplace. And the plugin that I'm talking about is the Bubble API Connector. Bubble API Connector allows you to build API integrations from any service out there that offers an API or webhooks, for the matter. And it allows you to transfer data between your Bubble application to other third-party services. It's completely free, developed by Bubble, and I can tell you it's the most powerful plugin ever created for the Bubble Marketplace. It's one that you should be installing on every single application, no matter what you're doing, no matter whether or not you are building a third-party integration through an API, because at some point you will use, at some point you will want to transfer data. Your users will start requesting third-party integrations, and you don't want to do it through Zapier and add cost to them. This is something that you definitely want to do. Plus, if you want to use loops or SendGrid or MailerLite, you will be using either a plugin to connect to those, or you will be building those API integrations. So you might as well install it from the beginning. We'll reach the end of the list, and there you have it, the 10 best Bubble plugins on the marketplace. I'm sure I might have missed one or two, and if I did, please share them down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video will appreciate you sharing them. It gives people ideas on what to use. But if I might ask for a favor, and that is, I ask you that you please consider leaving a thumbs up for this video and liking this video. It helps us rank better and help more people find our videos. It also helps us make more videos because we get more views. But regardless, thank you for watching. I hope that I provided value to you and you consider to subscribe as well. I might be asking for too much now, but I hope to see you next time.